Hey, it's Bria Valentine. We are back with the workout. Today we are working our abs and our glutes, so let's jump right into the video. Okay, we are going to start out on our mats. Yeah, Remy, he's gonna have to go away for this video because he just wanted to play, and we've been playing for like an hour before this. But anyway, let's jump right in. We're gonna come down onto our mats into a tabletop position, and I want to start by first warming up our core. So I have my timer here. We're gonna do 45 seconds. So we're going to inhale, pulling our belly button in, and we're gonna exhale, dropping our belly button down towards the mat. Just alternating here. I like to close my eyes because I like to hype myself up in this moment, you know, turn my music up. But we're just gonna get ready to move into a little bit of core work.
Hello, stranger.
Okay, we're gonna get ready. Last cycle here. We're gonna pull that belly button in, round our spine, exhale, drop it down to the mat. Awesome job. So now we're gonna come back to our neutral tabletop position. We're gonna tuck our toes under. We're gonna send our hips up and back. And when we send our hips up and back, we're gonna walk our hands towards our feet, and we're just gonna come up. You can clap twice, and we're gonna walk our hands back out into a plank position. So from our plank, we're gonna walk our hands back, lift up, clap, clap, and we're gonna walk them back down. Just warming our bodies up a little bit here, waking our core up.
Baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on me?
And give me one more. We're gonna walk those hands down to our mat, coming into a nice strong plank, and we're going to drop those knees down to the mat, pressing back, and we're going to sit up. Awesome job. Our warm-up is done. Hopefully your core is feeling it, your arms are awake, your legs are ready to move, and we're going to get ready into our first workout of the day. So each of these workouts we'll do twice for 45 seconds. Some of them a little less just because they're a little more challenging, but this first round is our practice round. So first we're coming into a high plank, and we're just going to tap our knee down to the mat. We're going to make sure we're pulling that belly button in, engaging our core.
With you tonight is on an island. It's about time we're making up. Times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you never said I couldn't miss your touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just to know you, won't you? So I come close, won't you? Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it's worth?
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it down to our mat. Awesome job. We're going to take our knees the width of the mat, bringing the tips of our toes together and pressing back into child's pose for a little moment of rest. That was our first exercise. Hopefully you're feeling nice and strong, and we're just going to take a moment here to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouths before moving into our next exercise. From here, let's press up and away from our mats. How are we feeling? I should put my hair up in a ponytail, but I didn't. I don't know why. We are going to lay nice and flat on our mat, and we're going to extend our legs out in front of us, nice and long. So we're going to pull our belly button in, bringing our hands behind our head, keeping our elbows nice and wide. So with our hands behind our head, what we're going to do is we're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. So we're just going to pull our knee in to meet our elbow, just lifting our head and shoulders up off the mat.
Can I tell you something for what it's worth?
So we have an opportunity to progress this move a little bit further. So what we can do is lift up off the mat and twist to that opposite side. So we're going to use our core to pull ourselves up and tap opposite elbow to opposite knee. This is a little bit more challenging. Feel free to stick with the original exercise, but if you want to progress it a little bit further, this is another option. This one is definitely a little bit more challenging, and you see me kind of moving slowly, but give me 1, 2, and 3. Let's pull our knees into our body, take a quick little break. pulling our knees into our body here. Feel free to rotate them in each direction, just whatever feels best for you in this little moment of rest. From here, we're going to get ready to transition into working our lower abs. So what we're going to do is bring our knees up into a tabletop position. Whenever you're ready, bring those knees up into a tabletop position. From our tabletop position, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our heels together and we're going to open our knees up about hip width apart. From here, we're going to press our heels towards the corner of the room, and then we're going to inhale, pull them back in. So as we exhale, pressing our knees out, and we're going to inhale, frogging our legs in. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. To me, this reminds me of a frog. We're going to just kick those heels, driving our heels towards the corner of the room and pulling those knees back in. Exhaling as we're pushing out and inhaling as we're pulling those knees in. Let's remember to breathe and keep that lower back attached to the mat. If you want to progress it just a little bit here, what we can do is lift our head and our shoulders as we extend our heels out, and as we pull them back in, lower them back down to the mat. That is an optional progression if you'd like to add, but just breathe here. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Bring those feet down to the mat. You guys killed it. You can give yourself a little bit of a hug, and then I hope you're feeling great. We're going to get ready to move into our next exercise. So we're going to flip over onto our mat, coming up into a seated position, really smooth. And we're going to flip over into our tabletop position. So now we are going to transition into the glute part of today's class. We're going to work our glutes a little bit here, work our booty out. So what we're going to do is come into our tabletop. We're going to start by extending our left leg back, and we're going to, from here, we're extending that leg back, making sure we're in the frame, of course, but we're just going to keep that foot flexed, and we're just going to kick that heel up towards the ceiling. So we're going to lift and lower, and we're going to be here for 45 seconds. So remembering to breathe. I'm going to let the music play here because you don't really need a lot of coaching. Let's just try to keep our core engaged, keep that belly button pulled in, and keep kicking that heel up towards the ceiling.
You too cold, bro. What you doing?
We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that toe down to the mat. Awesome job. We are going to continue to burn out our glutes. So we're going to lift our heel up again. We're going to point our toe this time, and what we're going to do is kick that heel out to the side. So bringing it out to tap out to the side and coming back to that lifted position. So we're using our core here and trying to stay nice and centered, so not swinging our hips, and we're just using our core to pull that leg in, and we're also feeling that booty burn as we make a nice half rainbow back to our leg lift position. Okay, 3 more. So what we're going to do is keep tapping that toe out to the side, bringing it back to our leg lift position. Last one, and bring it back up to the top. Awesome job. I know you are feeling it. I was definitely feeling it. But of course, we got to switch it around, do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to come back into our tabletop position, making sure we have our timer, and we're going to extend our right leg back this time. So from here, we're making sure we're engaged in that core. We're going to lift our leg up, keep that foot flexed, and we're going to start kicking that heel up towards the ceiling. So lift and lift.
Let's take this over.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot down to the mat. Awesome job. Of course, we have those half side rainbows. So we are going to stay in our tabletop, extend our leg out, pointing that toe, and we're going to bring that toe, tapping our toe out to the side, and then we're going to bring it back to that lifted position. So tapping that toe out, making a nice rainbow with our leg, and bringing it back to that lifted position. Making sure we're engaging our core and trying to control this movement the best we can, and making sure we're moving slow and controlled. It's more important, of course, to actually focus on the technique versus trying to do as many as we can in this 45 seconds that we have. 3 and 2. Give me one more. Awesome job. Let's bring that leg down. Let's press back into our child's pose. I was definitely feeling it in my glutes. They were burning. I was shaking a little bit on the last one, but we did it. We did an amazing job. Let's reset and get ready to run through these exercises one more time. You guys know what to expect, and I know you guys can do it.
I wake from my slumber. I wish I could call you up. Miss how you'd put your love on me.
Boy, you got my number. Wish I could feel your touch. Wish you could follow up on me.
Let's press ourselves up and away from our mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall, so we're going to move through a second round of these workouts. So we're going to start first with our plank with the knee taps. So we're coming into our plank position, bringing our palms down to the mat, and we're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to make a nice straight line with our body, engaging our core, keeping our hips nice and low and in line. We're just going to tap our knees down to the mat, one knee at a time, alternating sides, and remembering to breathe here. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Let's take it down to our mat. From our mat, what we're going to do is flip over. We're going to come onto our bottom. So on our bottoms, we know what's coming next. We have our crossbody crunches, sit-ups. I don't know what we want to call them. But we're going to lay nice and flat. We're going to bring our hands up behind our head, and we're going to extend our legs out nice and long. So lifting our head and our shoulders up off the mat, and we're just bringing that knee in to meet our elbow, taking it across our bodies and making sure we're engaging our core, and exhaling as we bring that knee in to meet our elbow. You guys are doing an awesome job. Of course, if you want to progress this move further, you can sit all the way up on your mat, lifting your shoulders, your back, and using your core, pulling that knee in, remembering to breathe and keep those elbows wide. You see me trying to bring them in, like, girl, open them up and twist. Awesome job. We got one more to each side, so bringing that knee in to meet our elbow, take it down to the mat. Awesome job. Inhale, exhale, press it up, and let's take it back down to the mat. Oh my gosh, I really felt that one. Let's bring those knees in, and we're just going to take a quick moment of rest, breathing in through our nose, out through our mouths, getting ready to transition into our next move, which is of course working our lower abs this time. So what we're going to do is bring those knees back up into our tabletop position, or our knees back up into a 90-degree angle. And from here, we're going to of course bring our heels together. We're going to open our knees up, and what we're going to do is press those heels towards the corner of the room, and then we're going to bring them back to that 90-degree angle. So pressing away from us as we inhale, and as we exhale, bringing those knees back in, back to our 90-degree angle. And we're just going to breathe through this motion. You of course can lift your head as you extend your legs out, and as you bring your knees back into your 90-degree angle, lowering your head back down to the mat.
Anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory lap. Hey, shawty come sit on my lap. Hey, they saying Tracy just snap. This in between us is not like a store. This isn't a closable gap. Hey, I see some niggas attack and don't end up kicking it back. I know that
Let's press those heels out 3 more times. And 2. Bring them back to 90 degree. Press them out 1 last time. Extend. And let's bring those knees back to our 90 degree. Awesome job. We can pull our knees in. That is the last time we will do that move. I promise I will not ask you to do that again in this video. But we're just going to take a moment of rest here, getting ready to flip over into our tabletop position. So let's place our hands behind our thighs and roll up into a seated position and get ready to flip on to our knees and our hands for a little bit of glute work. We already know what to expect. Of course, we are going to come into our tabletop, palms on the mat, knees hip width apart, and we're going to make sure our shoulders are directly above our palms. So from here, we're extending our left leg out first. So taking that left leg nice and long, keeping that foot flexed, and we're just going to kick that heel up towards the ceiling, lowering and lifting. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that foot back down to our mat. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. So what we're going to do is get ready to do our side rainbow kicks. I don't know. I'm struggling with the names today. But we know what we're going to do. We're going to take our toe, tap it out to the side, bring it back to our lifted position. So we are going to make sure we are breathing through these here, taking it nice, slow, and controlled, and making sure we're using our core to take that foot out to the side and slowly bring it back to center. Also feeling that burn in our booty. I promise this is the last time we'll do these. We gotta, of course, do it on the right side, but we're getting towards the end of class, so push through, guys. You're doing amazing. I believe in you, and we're gonna finish this workout together. Last one, and bring it down to the mat. Awesome job. I was really feeling it. You can see it in my face. My left glute was burning, but of course, let's walk it on over, switch it over to the opposite side, and we're going to do the same thing, starting first with kicking our heel up towards the ceiling. So coming into our tabletop, what we're going to do is flex our foot and kick that right foot up towards the ceiling. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Awesome job. We are done kicking that foot up towards the ceiling. Now we are just going to lift that leg up 1 last time. We're going to point our toe, and let's knock out these rainbows. Let's get it off our plate for today. Let's feel that good old burn in our glutes, and here we go. We are going to kick it out to the side, kicking it back to center, making sure we're breathing. Inhale as we kick it out, exhale as we bring it back to center. If you need to stabilize a little bit more, feel free to tuck your left toe under in this move. I was getting a little bit wobbly, muscles feeling a little fatigued, but we are pushing through because we are at home stretch here, so making sure we're breathing. I'ma break every box they try to put me in. I got a lot of enemies who used to. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back into child's pose. You did amazing.
I was sober for an hour, but I'm rolling off a bean now. The drugs, they give me confidence, I'm saying what I mean now. The Xannies help me slow up, the lean, they help me speed down. All in your ballin', I'm gon' hit it if she beat now. Calling, yeah, she calling, your bitch got me on the speed down. Through the rest, I look at faces, don't see
Okay,
no
I got one more thing for you just to really make sure we burn our cores out, that we work as hard as we can. So last thing, I promise that we are done. I am not kidding. So what we're going to do is come into our plank position. So we're going to come into a nice high plank, taking our palms down to our mat, making sure our shoulders are directly above our wrists, and we're taking it to a nice high plank, keeping our body in a nice straight line, hips nice and low. We are going to lift each leg, and then we're going to do 4 plank jacks. So we're going to lift, and then 4 plank jacks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're just going to alternate here between the two. So plank jacks and leg lifts. So give me a lift and a lift, and then give me 4 jacks. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it down to our mat. Awesome job. The workout is over. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You guys did amazing. We are ending class with a little bit of a cool down stretch. So we're just going to start by pressing back into child's pose. So taking our knees the width of the mat, toes together, pressing back. And we're just going to tell our bodies thank you and take a moment to let our bodies calm down, transition into our cool down. Tell your body thank you. You guys did an amazing job. Tell your body thank you for being strong. Thank you for being with me through this whole workout. And thank you for letting me do such great glute and core work. Let's walk our hands over to the left side of our mat first. Just doing a little bit of an oblique stretch. Breathing into that side stretch here. And let's walk our hands over to our right side this time. So getting that same side stretch just on the opposite side, and just allowing ourselves to breathe and get ready to transition out of a workout mode. Let's finish out our stretching in child's pose by stopping here in the center. Give me one more really deep breath here. And we're going to press up and away from our mats, coming into a seated position. So from our seated position, we're going to come on to our bottom. So from here, we are going to extend our legs out. We are going to extend our right leg out nice and long, bending our left leg into our body. And we're going to lean over to the right side. Taking a nice deep breath here. You have the option to look up towards the ceiling if you like. And we're just going to breathe into the stretch. We worked our core a lot here, and we also got a little bit of leg work in today. From here, we're going to transition to the other side. So this time, we're going to bring our hands up above our head, and we're just going to fold over to that same side. So this time, looking down at our knee and getting that same stretch on our right side. Let's come back up into our seated position. So we're going to switch legs, and we're going to bend our right leg out in this time, and we're going to extend our left leg out. We're going to lean over to the left side this time, and we're just going to breathe into the stretch, turning our head up towards the ceiling. come back up, and we're going to bring both of our hands up above our head this time, and we're going to fold over our left leg, reaching for our toe. Okay, let's come back up into our seated position. We're going to fold both of our legs in this time, and we are going to practice a little spinal twist. So we're going to place our left hand on our right knee, and we're going to look over our right shoulder towards the back wall. Let's breathe in through our nose, out through our mouths, sitting up nice and tall. From here, give me one more deep breath, and then we'll transition back to center. So this time we're going to take our right hand over to our left knee, look over our left shoulder towards that back wall. Awesome job. Remembering to breathe here, keeping our posture nice and tall. We're going to exhale as we slowly come back to our center position. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Bria Valentine video, and I will see you guys next Sunday.